Hello, Stan Glasgow. How you doing? That was nice for Joe swapping all the hats, wasn't it? That was just to make me feel bad. I've got a big fat head, I don't suit hats. See, every time I put a hat on, it's like I've got a fucking baby gap. So I know a lot of these are looking at me thinking, I bet he was handsome and athletic when he was younger, wasn't he? Well, no, I wasn't. I've always looked like this. Except when I was 13, I had a beard, right? But actually, I had to run to the bus the other day there. I'll tell you, I was knackered, right? I'm out of shape, the elephant man's heart, right? Seriously, my son says to me the other day, he says, Dad, you're my BFF. I thought, oh, that's nice. I'm your best friend forever. He says, no, you're my big fat father. I took him to Asda. Took him shopping, I gave him some fatherly advice. We got to the bread section. And I says to him, I says, when you're picking bread, you need to take it from the shelf right at the back. I says, it's like a fine woman. I says, it's just waiting there for the right person to come along and take her off the shelf and take her home. He says, Dad, what about the bread at the front? I went, nah, that's like a dirty girl, that's been fingered to everybody. But he's ready, I'll crack on, okay? Fucked me up now. Last night. So, I got off the bus in town the other day and I must be looking quite poor now, right? Because the big issue guy offered to buy my metro, right? And I phoned my pal. I was meeting my pal, we were going for a pint. I phoned him, I says, hi, where are you? He says, the Griffin Bar, right? I've got 3 network, right? It's pish, right? You'd be better after 2 cans of a piece of swing, right? You'd be honest, right? So I can't hear him. I says, where's the Griffin? He thought I says, what's a Griffin? He says, it's like a big lion bird with wings. I thought he says it's a big lion bird with bingo wings, right? So I went to meet him at the Savoy, right? He's about being at the Savoy. It's like the floor of stickiness in there, It's like, it's the only dance you go to, you can't dance, you can't move your feet, you know, that's where hand dancing was invented. See, like, big box, wee box, big box, wee box, pat your granny, see, right? That's in the Savoy. I tried to do the running, man, mate, I could break out my shoes, right? See, the time I turned round, some of you kind of took them up to the bar to show them. I was 50p up for the fucking big issue guy, so I bought them back, you know what I mean? But, so, stereotypes, I like to use a wee bit about stereotypes, right? We've all got them in Scotland. You know how like you go to Edinburgh and they call us like weegies and soap dodgers and thieves and all this, and they're fucking Wales, right? And Aberdeen, you know, they've got the sheepshaggers, right? So I'm going to tell you the wee story how this actually came about. There was an Aberdonian, a Glaswegian, and one of them for Edinburgh, right? I know you call them Edinburghers, right? But that just makes me fucking hungry, right? But they were all having a right good booze up, right? And the Aberdonian says, guys, I'll teach you how to shear a sheep. He says, come on. So they go back to his farm, and he's holding a sheep, and he's holding it right tight into him, right in the back of it. And he says, one of these will need to clipper it, another one will need to hold its heat. The Glaswegian, he got back fucking excited, so he knocked the country Edinburgh on his arse, right? And then he was in a huff, and he didn't want to take part anymore. So the Glaswegian, he's wrestling with it at the front, and he's shearing the sheep, and the guy from Edinburgh took the photo. Right, next day in the Daily Record, big front page spread, says Aberdonian shag sheep where Ouija steals its jacket. I get chopped off my girlfriend. She's been Roger more times than CB radio, don't forget. No, seriously, she's been doing the scheme more times than ice cream van night, so. But I did, right, and the thing is I just paid for her boobs to get done, right? So I'm paying £100 a month now, for the next fucking 3 years, right? And I'm not even going to get to see them, right? I fucking phoned Father for Justice, right? I was like, mate, listen, can you help me get to take these out on the weekend? Right? But I'll leave you with... I'll leave you with this one night before this mic gets cut. Right? I'll tell you how we fell out, right? I was sitting picking my nose, she came in and she caught me. sitting in the house. She's like, hey, you're sitting picking your nose, you're minging. No, hold on, you picked your nose, I seen you do it. She said, no, technically you're wrong. She says, technically, I get a tissue, wrap it around my finger, and then I do it. That's 1-0 to me. I says, oh my God, you've took a weight off my chest. Last night, technically, I wrapped my wallet in a condom. So technically I didn't pump your sister. So we call it marriage.